Happy Sunday!
Hi there, beautiful women. We trust that you're doing well. It is Sunday and we decided we were going to come on and do a devotional today.
Yeah,
So
we're
if you're
scrambling to be here on time.
I just got home from church and it was like, well, I actually had to leave church early to get here on time. Church was a little bit later today. So yeah, I missed the last of the singing, but that's okay.
And it takes us like probably 20 to 30 minutes to get everything ready to come on live here because we have to make the thumbnail. We have to figure out what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
And we don't usually leave that till the very last second, but today it was because it's been busy. And yes, anyways, the description and getting it all together and yeah.
So welcome
a lot
here.
to it.
Yeah. So we're just going to wait a few minutes. So we're going to ramble on a little bit. But it's Sunday and today is day 3 of our 10-day challenge. So we hope you're doing well. How are you doing?
Hanging in there.
Hanging in there.
How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Good.
I think that I'm doing really well and I feel really good. And
Nice.
that's a really good thing. I had a great sleep. I don't know about you because you're kids, but
My oldest daughter was not sleeping till 11:30 last night.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
It was a night. After that, it was fine. But yeah, she put herself down for a nap yesterday afternoon at like 2 o'clock or something like that.
Too late.
And she's the kid that when she has a nap, she's awake till 11:30.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. And we usually go to bed. My husband and I usually go to bed at like 9:30 or 10. So by 11, I was like getting a headache because I was so tired. And anyways,
yeah,
we survived, but barely.
Hi, Miranda. We're glad that you're here. Yeah. So it's day 3, and we have a word for every day of the 10-day challenge. So today's word is challenge, because often this is what happens. Yep. There's some right there. Okay. Often in a 10-day challenge, day 3 can be really challenging. Day 1, if you did a smoothie day, often goes, pretty well. You took action and you're proud of yourself because you're doing it and you did it and you stepped into like a new lifestyle kind of thing.
Well, plus it's kind of exciting because it's the beginning of something new. And
that's right.
Yeah.
And then day 2, you feel really good because you treated your body so well, like maybe for the first time in a long time. And by day 3, you're like, I really feel like some junk now. I think day 3 is really hard.
Yeah. Especially the fact that it's on a weekend right now too. I think like this challenge has been challenging for me so far because we've just had so much stuff and company. We're having company again tonight. And anyways, so it's just, for me, this challenge is really about portion control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you what I made last night because I think I talked about it yesterday, but I made the chicken curry dish. It is scrumptious. Like, I haven't had it for a little while. I really encourage you, if you like curry at all, make it because it is so tasty.
It is. I had supper here last night too. It was very good. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And happy St. Patrick's Day. Yeah. Hey, that's right.
We should have been wearing our
I got green. You don't.
I don't. Not at all. Didn't even think
You're going to get a pinch.
Actually, I did think of it when I did the post this morning because I put green color on it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Funny.
Okay, so tell us how you're doing. How are you doing, Miranda? How are you doing, Peg? Anyone else that's here watching, tell us how you're doing today on day 3. Is today a challenge? Sometimes going to church can be very challenging because some churches have little get-togethers, or some have potlucks, or some have cookies or donuts or something out after when you're fellowshipping. And so that can be very challenging for a lot of people.
Yeah, super challenging.
I know that often at our church we have coffee and tea. Sometimes there's homemade cookies, and that's, that can be very challenging for people. It's that alone isn't so challenging for me. I find other things challenging, like, I don't know, like when I'm watching Casey's girls, I like to have their fish crackers.
Yeah.
So it's hard not to pop one in my mouth, but I haven't. So
yeah.
I'm proud of myself.
Nice.
I'm feeling like this challenge is going well.
One thing I've been really trying to focus on, when you're done losing the weight and you're in maintenance mode, you kind of start focusing on different things about health, right? One thing that I've really been focusing on is all of the dye that's in so many foods and trying to make sure that we're not bringing that into our home.
Yeah, because that can be deadly.
Well, and I just watched something about it the other day. Like, it just wreaks havoc on especially kids, but I mean, it's terrible for all of us, but especially kids who are developing. And there's all these studies that are showing that all these horrible dyes are linked to like disorders and bad behavior, and it's terrible. And Canada and the States, we have different regulations than different places in the world. Like in Europe, a lot of those dyes are banned. But they're allowed here.
They should be banned.
Yeah.
But they're
not.
But
even the differences between Canada and the States is, I think we're a little more strict with it here in Canada. But I was watching, like, they did this example where they took different food groups, not different food groups. They took the same food from different countries. So like they had a box of Fruit Loops from Canada, a box of Fruit Loops from the States, and a box of Fruit Loops from Europe.
Yeah.
And the color difference between all three boxes, because of what's allowed in different countries, is actually astonishing. Or like Doritos was another one that they did. And they also did M&Ms. And they had kids taste testing. It was really interesting. I think they were like between 8 and 12-year-old kids or something. So they knew what was going on, and that they could see that the colors were different. Every kid said that the products from Europe without the coloring tasted better. They were more flavorful, and it didn't matter to them that it wasn't like a bright orange Dorito. It still was orange, but it was a natural color orange because that particular dye is not allowed there. And so, yeah, it's just wild what we allow in our foods. And so anyways, I've been really trying to focus on that and making sure, like, there are better options out there.
Yeah.
Right?
We always talk about good, better, and best. There are better options than maybe that you haven't looked for, or you haven't realized that you need to be looking for. There are a lot of products where there's good, better, and best.
Yeah. Like if you have kids, one thing I'm thinking of in particular, well, fish crackers actually do not have synthetic dyes. They use natural, they use like the red ones are beetroot powder. Yeah. Like they're pretty, I mean, fish crackers are what we call healthy, but for a kid's snack, they're not too bad. But the one I'm thinking of in particular is the difference between Kraft Dinner and like the Annie's mac and cheese. The Annie's mac and cheese does not use synthetic dyes either. And Kraft Dinner, the powdered stuff, like the brightness of that, I mean, come on. It does not need to be, kids don't care if it's super bright orange or if it's just like regular color, right?
No, that's right.
And so anyways, I'm on a rant here, but
what she's saying is read the labels. Don't bring anything into your house if it has dye, because it's not good for our bodies.
But you also have to learn what the dyes are called, because like everything else, like sugar, they hide it in words that we don't know and we don't understand.
Sugar, there's 77 names for sugar.
Yeah.
77!
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, like some of the dyes are, like some of them are called like red dye number 7. So right there, it's like, well, guess we know what that is. And but one of the ones that I've been looking at is called tatrazine or something like that. And that's in so many things. It's wild.
I know. And it's awful. I have friends who are actually allergic to those dyes. Mm-hmm. And same with different oils. You got to really watch the oils, because palm oil and vegetable oil is so processed. Like it's being heated and heated and heated, and there's nothing good in it. It's just not good for us.
Yeah.
So anyway, we are on a rant. We can get on those rants pretty easy. But
you get to know us that way.
That's right.
Yeah. We're regular people that have regular rants. I was on a big rant yesterday about a lady in the Costco parking lot, but I won't do that rant here.
No.
Anyways.
Oh my goodness. So happy St. Patrick's Day.
No, I was just going to say.
Okay.
About the rant. It's good that we're doing a devotional today, because so after my rant yesterday, I had an angry lady at me in the parking lot, and anyways, that's enough of that story.
It's very busy here in our city right now, or in British Columbia, because it is spring break.
Yeah.
It just started yesterday, spring break, so they have 2 weeks off from school. It is just like chaotic, yeah. And so
Costco's busy on the best of days, let alone on the Saturday for spring break starting. So anyway.
Hi, Joan. Glad you're here. Hi,
Bootable,
Sharon. Yeah. Oh, Bootable is awesome. Super excited. Yeah, that's awesome. Marinda says it was a challenge today. Yeah, but way to go. You're proud of yourself because you made good choices. Woo-hoo-hoo! That's exciting. When we make good choices, don't you just feel so good? It makes you actually feel lighter. I'm going to say you're lighter in your whole spirit.
Yeah.
You know, it's just fabulous. So way to go, Marinda. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of all of you. You're doing this challenge. So I think we should just get into the devotional, and that will get us onto a good track. But if you're new here, welcome. We're a mother-daughter team. We're Ruth. I'm Ruth.
And I'm Casey.
And we're doing the 10-day challenge. And I'm going to say today's day 3, and it is a challenge.
And if you haven't started yet, start today.
Yeah.
Start for your next decision. Your next decision can be the first one that counts, right?
That's right. And so the link, if you want to, our plan is in the description. But more than that, what you can do for us is give us the like, give us a thumbs up.
Comment, even if you just say hello or put a wave emoji in there, everything helps.
That's right. And some people just put replay. Like if you're not on live with us and you watch the replay, enter replay, because then we know you're here still following along. And if you have friends who you think this would benefit, share it. That really helps us too.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we're doing a devotional because it's Sunday. So I'm going to read the verse, and it's from Psalm 37, 23 and 24. The Lord directs the steps of the godly. He delights in every detail of their lives. Though they stumble, they will never fall, for the Lord holds them by the hand. Even that verse alone is so encouraging. So I've titled this one Falling Forward, and it's in our devotional book, which is on Amazon. It's from Ruth and Casey. It's called 30-Day Devotional for Women. So you might have heard this one before, but it's called Falling Forward, and it is day 11 in the book. Do you remember what dominoes are? Now, if you're my age or anywhere around my age, you will know what dominoes are. I don't know if, well, Casey knows because I've talked about them a lot, but I don't know if kids today know about dominoes. I don't know if it's still a game or a thing, but it was when I was growing up. As a child, I would set them up and watch as they would begin to fall, and they would keep falling forwards. I love the analogy of dominoes and how I can relate that to my own life. Dominoes falling forward just keep moving forward. They don't quit. When you're falling forwards, it is a really great thing. Falling forwards is not failure. It's going forwards, regardless of whether you have had a few slip-ups. I love what Les Brown says. Now, if you don't know who Les Brown is, he's a real big motivational speaker in the United States, but he always says, when you fall down and you can still look up, you can still get up. So I love that because it's so true. If you fall down and you can look up, you know you can get up. 2 steps forward, like in your busyness of life, 2 steps forward and 1 step back is still 1 step ahead. Regardless of whether you've had trials, challenges, slip-ups, or you feel like you're slipping, remember to look up and then get right back up. Be like the game of dominoes and keep falling forwards. Remember the verse, and I'm going to read it again. The Lord directs the steps of the godly. He delights in every detail of their lives. Though they stumble, they will never fall, for the Lord holds them by the hand. That should be a great big, wow. The Lord is holding us by his hand. That's incredible. So remember, you're not alone on this journey. You're not alone in your weight loss journey. You have God leading and directing you forward. And with God in the journey, it is possible. So together with God's guidance and his loving hand on you, you will get to your target goal each and every day. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. So that's the devotional today. To me, it's very encouraging just knowing that we're not on our own. We're not doing this journey by ourselves. Not only are we in a group of women here praying for each other, I hope you took 2 this morning, but we also have God directing our path and holding our hand. That's an incredible promise and so comforting to me.
Mm-hmm. It really is. And yeah, dominoes is such a good way to think of it because we got to move forward. We got to keep going. And, for us on this challenge, we've started, right? You have put the dominoes falling into motion. And so you have to continue forward, right? And that, again, we've talked so much already about, we can't worry about perfection because we're never going to be perfect. We are going to fall down, but we can keep moving forward even when we have slipped up. And so, like I shared already, it's been a challenging challenge for me so far because I've had company almost every night. We have company coming again. He's bringing dinner. He's bringing takeout. So
you don't know what he's bringing.
And you know what? We have to make the best of the situations and the circumstances and the scenarios that we have, because life doesn't stop because we're on a weight loss journey. And I think that's the biggest thing that we need to take away, is that we can't stop living, right? We have to continue living. We might have to do things differently, but we can't stop living. Otherwise, we are just on another diet that we're going to hate, and we're going to quit, and then we're going to go back to all of our old ways. So for me today, that means whatever comes for dinner, I'm going to have a big plate of veggies prepped. I might make a salad. I don't know yet. And I'm going to portion control, right? And that's the best that I can do today.
And that's really good. When we talk about good, better, and best, that is the best that Casey can do. She's prepping vegetables. So she's going to be munching on a lot of veggies. She's not going to be overindulging in whatever it is that the company brings. And I'm also going to say this guy likes to eat healthy as well.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be a whole pile of junk probably anyway.
Yeah.
But we don't know what's in it, because if he's going to take out, like we have places like you do that are pretty healthy. Some places are, they cook with good things.
Yeah.
They're fresh ingredients, but other places aren't. And so whatever he brings, you know you're going to use self-control.
Yeah.
And moderation, because that is what the Bible calls us to do anyway. And you've been doing it for how long now?
4 years since we started.
4 years. So it does become easier with time, with habits. Like we all know that habits, like they always used to say that habits take 21 days, but now they realize that it takes longer to build a habit. So it's more like 66 days to build a good, healthy habit. So if you have just started this 10-day challenge, don't expect to be perfect.
Yeah.
Because it's going to take about 66 days to build in a healthy habit. But be proud of yourself because you started. You took action. You're committed. Are there challenges and road bumps? Yeah, there are. But with God holding your hand, you can do it. It is possible.
Yeah, exactly. And we have to learn to stop viewing, like two things I'm thinking. We have to stop viewing all of those things as these big ultra failures that we're having. Like me having a little bit of takeout for dinner tonight is not a big failure,
no.
Right? I'm managing what I can manage. I'm controlling the controllables. And so we have to stop looking at it like this big, huge failure that sets us on the course backwards to where we came from.
Remember, dominoes are falling forward.
Yeah, exactly. And we also have to remember, now I'm going to lose my train of thought.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, bonkers. No, it's okay. It's not your fault. You talk for a minute. I'll see if I can remember it.
Yeah.
Nothing like putting you on the spot.
Yeah. So what are we going to talk about now? Well, we're going to talk about you and your journey. So tell us in the chat right now, have you stumbled and fallen already? Because we've talked about it being a challenge. Casey's talked about what her challenge is today. Have you had to use self-control? Have you had to use moderation? Have you had to choose hard things? Have people...
I know what it was.
Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So write in the chat what has happened to you. What has been your challenge?
The other thing I was thinking about in terms of thinking about things as failure is how we end up like sabotaging ourselves because we feel so left out.
Yeah.
We have this ultra fear of missing out or of like, oh, poor me. And that sinks us. And the truth of the matter is, when we do say no to things, it is hard, it is challenging. We do sometimes feel like we're left out, or even like you were talking about the other day, going out and you were on smoothie day. And so it's like, well, I'm going to have a soda water and lime, right? And we do miss out then when everybody else is having chicken wings and french fries and whatever, right? Like that is challenging, but we have to learn how to, like, again, change our perspective on that from like, I think I was saying the other day, it's not that you can't have those things. It's that you are choosing right now to exercise self-control and moderation and all of these other things for the sake of your goal. You could choose to have it, right? And we have to get that through our heads. Like, nobody's forcing us to do this.
That's right.
We are choosing this for our own good. And we know that the Bible is like our blueprint for best living. And so let's follow the principles that it talks about. So
yeah, exactly. So I'm going to go back to when I was on smoothie day. and everyone around me was having wings. I chose not to. And I'm going to tell you, at first I went, well, I wish I could have wings tonight too. And then I said, no, I don't need wings. It was already late. I had done really well on smoothie day. And I was like, no, I'm proud of myself. I'm going to have a tonic water with lime or soda water with lime. And I was totally fine. I enjoyed the conversation because what we need to do at that time is choose to have a good time. We still need to show joy or show that we're not grumpy and we're not down the dumps because we're choosing to meet our own goals.
Yeah.
Like, how awful is that if we're going around like a storm cloud when we're following our own goals? We should be happy. We're following our goals.
Yeah.
We're in alignment with what we're talking about and what our goal in life is. Because if we truly want to lose some weight, well, what we do, our actions have to align with our goals. We can't be saying, I don't like how I am. I wish I wasn't so heavy. I want to lose some weight, and then go and pig out. That does not align with what our desires are. And it doesn't align with meeting our goal for living out the purpose God has for us. We need to be healthy to do that.
Yeah. Well said.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got to stop viewing every little thing as failure. Lots of it's learning. Lots of it is even just one of the big things to learn is learning how to get back up and carry on when you do slip up. Because I'm going to say that's a skill.
It is.
You know?
We have to learn to bounce back, to be resilient. When we fall, just think of those dominoes. Just think of dominoes. They're falling forward. When they fall forward, when you fall forward, it's like you're still a step ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we have a couple comments here.
Yeah.
Unless you have something else.
No, go ahead.
That.
Or do you want me to read
Yeah,
it?
you read it.
I can honestly say from Joan, this is the first challenge I've ever done that I'm so proud of myself. I've not messed up once and I'm truly committed. I took my granddaughter today and she got some Timbits. Way to go, Joan. That's totally awesome.
That's awesome, Joan. And I'm going to say we do that with Casey's children as well. We get them a Timbit and they're as happy as anything.
And we get a coffee with almond milk.
Yeah. And we're happy not having one. Why? Because we choose to have joy without them. That's okay. We need to choose joy anyway.
Yeah. Miranda, I was so hungry this afternoon. We were not home and I had the option to grab a takeout or wait until we get home and eat my healthy food. I waited till we got home and it felt so good. Awesome.
Joan, way to
Miranda,
go. Oh,
that's
Miranda.
Miranda.
That's Miranda. Way to go, Miranda.
And Josie, I've decided to do a 40-day Daniel fast to fix all of my health issues, reset my relationship with God, and surrender my life to be better, feel better, and change my mindset. Amazing.
Amazing, Josie. And I'm going to say, well, the Daniel fast is not easy. So I am really proud of you if you're going to do that, because it's like eating vegetables.
Yeah, I don't actually know much. I know about it, but I don't know the details about it.
The Daniel fast is 10 days. And I'm pretty sure it's 10 days.
It's 40, I think.
Oh, 40?
But
is that what
maybe,
you said?
yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking of the other day when I talked about, our 10-day plan. When God was giving us our plan, I remember reading in Daniel and how Daniel, ate vegetables for 10 days. Now, I don't know if the Daniel fast is just vegetables. That's what I think it is because of that.
I think it's more than that.
Is it?
I think so. But
anyway, I was reading, and so I looked it up again, and I went, yeah, it's so cool that, God blessed Daniel by only eating healthy foods. Like, really, that's what it was. He was eating clean foods that God made.
Yeah.
And God made him stronger than everyone else.
I think as you're saying that, actually, that's the premise of the Daniel fast, too, like eating unprocessed, like real food.
It is real food, but I'm not sure exactly what it all is. But way to go, Josie, because you're doing something for you, for your health. Mm-hmm. That's fabulous. Just start your day with prayer every single day and have that mindset where you're choosing to do this. You get to do this with joy. Yeah. You don't have to do it. You're choosing. Yeah. Yeah. Amazing.
Exactly. And she said, yes, it is. I think that's in relation to it being like unprocessed and
oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's so good, Josie.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah. So we all have our trials. We all have our stuff. We all stumble and fall. But we also know that God's grace is sufficient for us when we do fall. It's learning, like we were talking about, learning to be resilient and just bounce back up again, because the more we do it, the quicker we can bounce back. And I'm going to say, as we eat cleaner, as we eat healthy food, our cravings for the junk food really do lessen.
Mm-hmm. They really do.
And it gets easier to live a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, it sure does. That's a good point that we haven't talked about very much. Like it.
So we don't want to say it's just all hard living. Casey and I, we enjoy life. You know, we enjoy what we eat because it's tasty, delicious food. Mm-hmm. God wants us to enjoy the things that we're eating. He doesn't want us to be, oh, I hate that. Do I have to eat that? No, that's not what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be enjoying the things God has blessed us with.
Yeah, and God made amazing food, right?
Think about all those spices. If you've ever been to a spice market, oh my goodness. I was in a spice market in Turkey, in Istanbul. It was mind-blowing. And wow, like, yeah, God made all these spices. It's just incredible. And so we can make healthy, tasty food and enjoy it too. The key is to not overindulge.
On any of it.
Yeah.
And it's way easier. That's the other thing I always think is so funny. It's not difficult to eat in moderation when we're eating real food that God made. Like, you know, it's, most of us don't want to go back for like third and fourth helpings of salad and broccoli, right? We take our serving and we're happy with that. And so like there's something to that, right? The food hasn't been altered so much where we want to just gorge out on it. It's good, real food that nourishes our body, and when we've had enough, we've had enough. Unlike a bag of potato chips, where I've talked about this lots in the past, but like a bag of potato chips probably has like 4 to 5 medium potatoes, and every one of us could sit down today, this afternoon, and go eat an entire bag and not even feel full.
That's right.
Well, that tells you that there's been a lot of alteration done to that food, because there's no way on God's green earth that we would go sit down and eat 4 to 6 boiled potatoes. Right? Can you imagine 4 to 6 big boiled potatoes on your plate and you have to eat it all in one sitting? Yeah. And then you go eat something else while you're drinking a soda filled with sugar? Like, no way, man. We can barely get through one potato like that.
I know. So that shows how processed the food is, because you don't feel like you ate 6 potatoes.
You don't even feel like you ate anything.
No. In fact, you're still hungry afterwards.
Yeah, you want more chips.
Go
crack open that second bag. Don't do that. Please don't do that.
So that's why we have to really, really become aware and think about what we're doing. Think about what we're consuming. Think about what we're putting in our mouth, and become aware so that we can change the unhealthy habits. Even if you do one at a time, change out one unhealthy habit for a healthy habit. You know, we have to be prepared in order to do that. We have to have stuff in our fridge to go for. It's so easy to open the cupboard and grab a packaged snack. That's so easy. But it's just as easy to grab food that you've already prepared ahead of time. It's just as easy to open up that bowl of fresh vegetables and start munching on that with hummus.
You want to know what's even easier? To grab an apple that you don't have to do any prep work for, and it tastes good.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or a banana.
Or a banana.
Yeah.
Or an orange.
There you go. So make sure you're doing some prep for yourself for the coming week. I don't know when you're going to do your prep, but I just yesterday I had this great big bowl I chopped a whole bunch of fresh vegetables, peppers, carrots, cucumber, cauliflower. Yeah, lots of veggies, had them in, and green peas. I love snap peas. In fact, that's one of my favorite things. Like if I need something to just munch on and crunch on, sometimes you just need a crunch. Snap peas are so good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Josie says the Bible talks about the Daniel fast for 10 and 21 days, but I have the conviction to do it for 40.
Wow. Okay.
Nice.
Josie, we're going to be praying for you that you can do that well.
Yes, totally.
And we know you can. And pray for healing throughout every day.
Yeah. Because I think, like, when we fall down and we're learning how to get back up and carry forward, we have to start telling ourselves, like, we are strong. We can do this, right? Rather than, oh, I failed. I can't do it again, right? Yeah. We've got to change. We talked about self-talk the other day. We can't continue telling ourselves that we're failing and expect to be able to move forward. We have to start telling ourselves that, like, you are strong. You have the power of the Holy Spirit within you, and His grace is sufficient for you in our times of weakness. So you are strong, and tell yourself that instead of wallowing in the failure of it, right?
That's right, because you are enough. You are strong. You can do it. What's our favorite? It's a Craig Rochelle.
Your life is moving in the direction of your strongest thoughts.
Yeah,
that one?
The choosing one.
Choose your hard.
Yeah, choosing.
Oh, choose what we want most over what we want right now.
Yeah, that's a perfect statement for us. Choose what you want most over what you want right now. That's a good one, Josie. That'll be a good one for you too.
Yeah.
As you're doing that 40 days. But even in this 10 days, we're choosing what we want most over what we want right now. We might want the chocolate bar, but that's not what we're going to choose. We're going to choose the apple. Mm-hmm. Choose what we want most, what is in alignment with our goals, and then be happy about it because you're getting to choose. You don't have to do it. You're choosing to.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'm going to read this verse for you once more as we go and sign off for today. We hope you have a great evening on this Lord's Day, on Happy St. Patrick's Day. But the Lord directs the steps of the godly. He's directing your steps. Are you following them? He delights in every detail. Every detail. That means and includes a weight loss journey. It means whether you're making something from scratch. It means whether you're going to the store doing your grocery shopping. It means whether you're trying to help your family to live a healthy life. It means every detail. Though we stumble, the Lord is going to hold us by the hand. It's just an incredible verse that is very uplifting, inspiring, motivating, and comforting to me. And I know it is to you as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's all.
Yeah, we're going to ask you, please, if you are here watching live right now, please like this video and comment. Just say goodbye or say amen or say hallelujah or say something, please, because we're going to start begging if you don't do it. And you don't want that. No, I'm kidding.
Thank you for those who have been here and for commenting.
Yeah, but please like the video and make a comment because it really helps get the videos pushed out to more people. And it's really quite a simple thing for you to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as always, we are going to say, treat your body like a temple.
Not a trash can. Bye for now.